Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā. Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshu Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam. Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Va Kalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Kumartho Mahan. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Natamidam Tatradharana Para. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Jai Shri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hantaya Madhriya Bala Haridasa Varyo. Yadrama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramoda. Manam tanoti sahago ganayostayoryat. Paniya suyavasa kandara kandamulai. Govardhanadharam vande gopala goparupinam. Gokulautsavameshanam govindam gopika priyam. Hare Krishna. Anchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Dear worshipable devotees, thank you so much for joining. Arun Prabhu, Subala Gopal Prabhu, thank you so much for your kind association. We are reading today Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 27, entitled Lord Indra Offers Prayers, along with Mother Surabhi. We have covered till text number 7 in this chapter, and Lord Krishna met Indra at a solitary place, and we discuss in great detail why. A beautiful reason, as I was reading today, this book, Disapproved but not disowned, that Lord Krishna does not disown his devotees. Like a father, if the child does something wrong, the father will not disown the child. Hey, never show me your face. Get out of here. From today, I'm not your father. You're not my son. That's not the case. Every genuine father, mother will say, okay, I don't approve of your conduct. I'm not saying your conduct is right if they do something bad, but they'll not disown them. Right? That's very beautiful, very, very, it needs sort of like sensitivity and maturity to understand that aspect. So, I'm going to share a few thoughts. Krishna saves pure devotees from the external calamities of natural disturbances, and he saves the deviant devotees from the internal calamities from pride and hunger. You see how he's saving from external calamities, that was rain, hail, etc., and he's saving from internal calamities, which are more disastrous. External calamities will only hamper the body, but internal calamities will hamper the soul or the consciousness, which is more dangerous. So Indra was already embarrassed, right? Humiliated because nothing worked. So embarrassing an already humiliated person causes him or her more pains. Therefore, a sensitive person restrains from doing so. So Krishna very sensitive, while an insensitive person relishes doing so. So an insensitive person would want to, like paradukha sukhi. If person is already feeling humiliated, I should have done like like kind of hampering or kind of putting him further down. Why the hell you did that? You should have not done this. You are the worst person I've ever met, right? Kṛṣṇa did not do that. Kṛṣṇa met him at a solitary place to give him some constructive feedback. So with that, let's move on to the next verse, text number 8, chapter 27. Sva satvam mameshwarya madaplutasya kritagasaste avidushaha prabhavam shantum prabho tarhasi mudhachetaso mevam punarbhun matir isha me sti. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Engrossed in pride over ruling power, ignorant of your majesty, I offended you. O Lord, may you forgive me. My intelligence was bewildered, but my consciousness never again, but let my consciousness never again be so impure. Purport. Although Lord Kṛṣṇa protected the residents of Raja by lifting the Govardhan hill, he had not yet punished Indra himself, and Indra feared that any moment Śrī Kṛṣṇa might call the son of Vivaswan, Yamaraj, who punishes the impudent persons who defy the laws of God. Indra was quite fearful, and thus begged the Lord's forgiveness on the plea that he could be purified only by Krishna's mercy, that he was too stubborn to learn a good lesson through mere punishment. In fact, despite Indra's humility in this case, his heart was not completely purified. Later on in this canto, we will find that Lord Kṛṣṇa once took a parijata flower and from Indra's kingdom. Poor Indra again reacted violently against the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, we should aspire to go back to our eternal home in the kingdom of Kṛṣṇa and should not become entangled in the imperfect life of material gods. Hare Kṛṣṇa. So, I am today in California, San Francisco area, near Iskcon of Silicon Valley. We'll be here for about next 7-8 days. So try my best to read from here. It's a different time zone, as you all know. It's 5 p.m. here. It's in the Pacific time zone. So thank you for joining and tuning into this Bhagavatam, the story of Indra. So in this verse, Indra is offering forgiveness. His offering is begging for forgiveness. May you forgive me because I offended you. My intelligence was bewildered. Vinashikale viparit buddhi. He was thinking, he was in pride, and he was thinking that these people are in the pride. These people have no rationale. These people don't know what they are doing. But Indra was actually, the world is the mirror of our own consciousness. Indra was in pride. Indra was not, his head was not working. What he was doing, he was kind of trying to dominate over his own master, Kṛṣṇa. But he was thinking that Kṛṣṇa is an ignorant, foolish boy. And these people, these mature people, they don't have any sense. They're listening to this young, childish person. So, increase of pride is expressed through lack of submission and respect, and a diminution in gratitude. Beautiful point. When intoxicated with power, people not only expect honor, but they also desire to destroy who do not honor them. That was Indra. Also desire, Indra was not only expecting respect, but also desired to, those who are not, to destroy them. As a result, he was, totally lost, right? So further, and then he had the revengeful feelings, correct? But here we see the emphasis in the purport is that Indra is asking mistake, right? Indra is saying, Kṛṣṇa, forgive me. But is his apology sincere? What do you all say? Was he completely purified? Right? The answer is not, right? Indra was not completely purified. Why? Committing a mistake teaches one a great lesson, right? Grave lesson. But if one is not very attentive, determined, and sincere, one will commit the same mistake again and again, right? So Indra did a mistake by causing havoc in the Vrindavan, by trying to kill Vrajvasis, by trying to cause fear and havoc. But his internal feeling was still not very strong. Why? When apology is done just for a ritual, then apology, when it's just a ritual, there is no heartfelt expression of one's honest repentance. And when repentance for a mistake is sincere and deep, then one is prepared to atone for anything. I've done a sincere mistake, I'm ready to do anything to receive the reaction. But if one's apology is just to avoid punishment, so Indra wanted to avoid Yamraj's punishment, not out of genuine concern for the affected party, not out of genuine concern, because Indra not only affected Kṛṣṇa, but all his devotees also. So his Indra's here focus was that he should not be punished, rather than how it impacted Vrajvasis, because Vrajvasis were the one who were impacted. So he had done offenses towards them by causing havoc for them. Then, and when that's not the intention, then what will happen? One might tend to repeat the same mistake, and exactly that's what happened. Indra became possessive about the Parijata flower, because once Mother Satyabhama, Krishna's wife, wanted to get the Parijata flower, and Indra challenged, hey, they are not picked flowers from my flower garden, my flower garden. And then he tried to challenge Kṛṣṇa. Of course, who can defeat Kṛṣṇa? Then Kṛṣṇa had to teach him a lesson again. Indra got back to his senses. So we may tend to make mistakes. I'm reading some excerpts from this book, disapproved but not so on. We may tend to make mistakes repeatedly, and Kṛṣṇa, being unlimitedly compassionate, may even correct us repeatedly. Are you getting this point? Can someone paraphrase that? We may tend to make mistakes repeatedly, and Kṛṣṇa, being unlimitedly merciful, may even forgive us and correct us repeatedly. Kṛṣṇa corrected Indra. But he becomes happier when we ourselves voluntarily endeavor to come out of such poor tendencies. What's a poor tendency here? Not repeating mistakes, and sincerely serve him. So apology should be done not just to avoid a punishment, but to genuinely feeling empathy towards others' feelings. Many things I'm just sharing theoretically. I need to develop a lot on those. Genuinely feeling empathy towards others' feelings. A sincere intent and attempt to overcome mistakes will eventually bring one to the right attitude and behavior. Sincere intent and attempt, both are important. Intent is basically empathizing. Beautiful, beautiful quote. By committing mistakes, a sincere person becomes humble. And by remembering them, he or she remains humble. In short, we should never forget the mistakes we had done. We will remain humble. Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to say, oh, I have committed all kinds of sins. Now he, being a Parivrajikacharya, Paramhams Vaishnava, he's thinking, oh, maybe in the previous life I may have killed someone. I may be in some species in this and that. Because even if says, well, I have lived a very pure life this lifetime, what about previous lifetimes? So many wrong things we may have done knowingly, unknowingly. And who can say one, I have not done any mistake in this lifetime either. In fact, every day, knowingly, unknowingly, some ants are killed. There are so many microorganisms, we kill them. Right? They are jivas, right? Accidentally or intentionally. So Indra's story, back to Indra. Okay, any thoughts, comments so far in this text? Okay, let's read the next one. Text 9, anyone feeling inspired to read?
Prabhuji, I will read.
Please.
Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Tava vatra yamo ada Kṛṣṇa bhavu varam uru bahara janam manam chamo patinama abhyavaya deva bhavya yusamaka karna vritaktam. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You descend into this world, O transcendent Lord, to destroy the warlords who burden the earth and create many terrible disturbances. O Lord, you simultaneously act for the welfare of those who faithfully serve your lotus feet. Purport, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This verse utilizes an attractive poetic device. Lord Krishna's descent into the world is said to be for the abha, literally non-existence or destruction of the demonic warlords, and simultaneously for the bhava or existence, prosperity of those who faithfully serve the Lord's lotus feet. The true existence indicated here by the word bhava is Satchidanandam, eternal and full of bliss and knowledge. To an uninformed observer, it may appear that Sri Krishna is simply rewarding his followers and punishing his enemies the way any ordinary person might do. This specific doubt about the Lord is raised extensively in the 6th canto in the connection with Krishna's taking the side of the faithful demigods against faithless demons in a particular cosmic war. In that canto, the Vaishnava authorities clearly explain that, in fact, Lord Krishna is the Father and Lord of living beings, all living beings, and that all his activities are therefore meant for the benefit of all existence. Lord Krishna does not really cause the non-existence of anyone. Rather, he curbs the foolish, destructive material ways of those who defy the laws of the God. These laws are created to ensure the prosperity, harmony, and happiness of entire creation, and their violation is an unjustifiable disturbance. Certainly, Indra hoped that Lord Kṛṣṇa would count him among the devotees and not the demons, although considering Indra's action, one might doubt where his loyalty actually lay. Indra was aware of this possible doubt, and thus, as we find in the next verse, he tried his best to surrender to the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Girish Prabhu, for reading this beautiful verse. So Indra continues to offer prayers to the Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa, who is his Lord and everyone's Lord, to destroy the word used is bhara. Tav avatara ayam adhokshaja, O the Supreme Lord, iha bhuva bharanam, इस भूमि के भार को नष्ट करना. इह भुव भारणम, right? यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजामि अहम्. Right? Whenever there is uproar of irreligion or bhumi ka bhar here is burden. And who are the ones who cause burden? Demoniac people, the dushkritinas. Urubhara janmanam, he who given rise, right? So quite similar to that, to destroy the warlords who burden the earth. Warlords basically demoniac, who burden the earth and create many terrible situations, demoniac people. O Lord, you simultaneously act for the welfare of those who faithfully serve your lotus feet. So whenever Krishna comes, so very similar to this verse in the Bhagavad Gita, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam, to protect the pious and to destroy the dushkritinas, who are basically causing havoc, causing bhar. Namaste narsingaya prahlad ahlad dadayini, to give pressure to the Prahlad, the great devotee. Hiranyakashipu vakshaha, phad diya Hiranyakashipu ko, ripped apart. Shilatanka nakhalaye, the stone-like chest of Hiranyakashipu with his chisel-like nails, because he was causing bhara. Iha bhuvi bhara. Kamsa was causing bhara. But here, to Indra, he did not rip apart his chest. He did not kill him or beheaded him, which he could have done. But that's the point here, that Indra is a devotee. Lord Kṛṣṇa purified the bad propensities in his heart rather than killing him, and reinstated him. He didn't say, oh, you did a mistake. You are no more, you're fired. You're no more the king of heaven now, right? He went back after this, right? He went back. And Kṛṣṇa again forgave him there. Kṛṣṇa again forgave him in the Pārijāta episode. This is Kṛṣṇa, unlimited forgiveness. And often, as mentioned in the purport, people say why Kṛṣṇa is partial. That we have discussed in Canto 6 in great detail. I had this question, or like a debate with the kids also. So when we do a debate, half the kids are in one team, is God is partial. Half the kids are in the other team, God is not partial. And they have a wonderful discussion. And they really like it. Somehow they like that. They say, okay, when are we having this next? So they're very scholarly devotee kids. But the short answer is that even if God punishes someone, it is for his good. Because everyone is his children. Whether good child or bad child, it's his child, right? So for us, it may be have a separatist mentality. Oh, this belongs to me, this doesn't belong to me. Or this is my child, this is someone else's child. This is my color, this is some other color. This is from my community, this is from other community. Narrow-mindedness, conditioned soul. But Kṛṣṇa, everything belongs to him. Every cell belongs to him. Every iota, every molecule belongs to him. So he cannot say, oh, this is not my child. So he punishes. He punishes for their own good. And his punishment is also a blessing, right? In disguise. So he's not partial, in short. Yes, Girish Prabhu, you have your hand up.
Prabhuji, Indra is a position, correct?
Indra is a position.
Post, correct? Post, correct? Indra is a post, correct?
Yeah, like the head of the demigods, correct.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to.
And there are different Indras and different Manvantaras. Yes. So election happens, like Prime Minister, President. For this 4 years, someone is the president. For next, is it 4-year term? 5-year term? I don't know how long.
4 years, Prabhuji.
5 years, Prabhuji.
4 years.
4 years, 5 years. Anyways, different countries, different laws. Sometime it may get re-elected. The same person may get re-elected also. So yeah, you can be Indra too, if you wish. But again, I was reading a beautiful verse as I was in the flight. I want to share with everyone. Can you pass that small book? This is Vritrasura offering this prayer. In Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Vritrasura is offering this beautiful prayer, 6.11.25. Nana kaprishtam na cha paramishtam na sarvabhaumam narasadhipatyam na yoga siddhim na punarbhavam va samanjasa va tvabirahai yakanshe. 6.11.25. I'll open for everyone so you can also see. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 6.11.25. Vritrasura, the godly demon. Anyone wants to read this verse? Beautiful verse. And if you wish to remember, you can memorize also later or today. Anyone feeling inspired to read? Beautiful prayer by Vritrasura.
I'll go, Prabhu.
Perfect, please, Prabhuji.
Nanakaprashtam nachaparameshtham nasarvabhaumam narasadhipatyam na yoga siddhira punarbhavam va samanjasyatva virahasya kangashe.
Very well. Excellent. Let's see the translation. Yes, Jitendra Prabhu, you can read the translation.
O my Lord, source of all opportunities, I do not desire to enjoy in Dhruvaloka, the heavenly planet or the planet where Lord Brahma resides, nor do I want to do the supreme ruler of all the earthly planet or the lower planetary system. I do not desire to be the master of the power of mystic yoga, nor do I want liberation if I have to give up your lotus feet. Purport: a pure devotee never desired to gain material opportunities by rendering transcendental loving service to the Lord. A pure devotee desires only to engage in the loving service to the Lord in the constant association of the Lord and his eternal associate. As stated in the previous verse, Asanudo Bhavistvami, is confirmed by Narottam Das Thakur. Tandera Charvana Sevi Bhakta Se Navasa Janame Haya Ahi Abhilasa. To serve the Lord and the servant of his servant in the association of the devotees is the only objective of the pure, unalloyed devotees. Haribo.
Isn't that beautiful verse? Nanaka Prishtam. I do not want heavenly planets or even Dhruvaloka, the highest. Nacha Paramishtam. Nacha Paramishtam, where Lord Brahma resides. I even do not even Brahma Loka. Nacha Sarvabhaumam. Sarva means all. Bhauma, this is the Bhutala, like Sarvabhauma means the Lord of the whole earth or the sovereignty of the whole earthly system. No. As you know, there are 14 planetary systems, correct? And generally, broadly it's classified as 3: upper, middle, and lower. And we are earthly is in the 8th from bottom, or there are 14 planetary systems like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. Bhu, Bhava, Sar, Mahar, Jana, Tapa, Satya, or Brahma Loka, topmost. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Patala, like that. They're lower planetary system. So these are called lower planetary systems. These are called upper planetary systems. And then these are the middle, a few layers in between. With the famous verse in Bhagavad Gita. Urdhvam gachanti sattvastha. Urdhva means upar jate hain. Urdhva gachanti. Upar jate hain kaun? Sattvastha. Those who are in the goodness, sattvagun. Madho tishtati rajasa. Passionate people stay in the middle layers. Jagan guna. And tama gachanti. Adha gachanti tamasa. Adha means down. They go lower. So rasata. So basically what Vritrasura is saying, I do not want Dhruva Loka. I do not want Brahma Loka. I do not want upper planets. I don't, na sarva bhauma, right? I do not even desire to have the sovereignty of the middle planetary systems, or this Bhuloka. Na rasadhipatyam, rasa adhi, rasatal, we discuss atala, visal, rasatal, etc. I don't want to be the lord of those planets either, the lower planets, right? Na yoga siddhim. Hey, do you want some anima, lagima, mahima, prapti, all these siddhis? Heavier than the heaviest, lighter than the lightest, desire anything and you get that? No, I do not want that. Apunar bhavamva. Do you want freedom from this repeated cycle of birth and death and go to liberation? No. Apunar. Apunar means again. Apunar means not again. Not again coming in this bhava. Going liberation? No, I don't want impersonal liberation either. What do you want? I do not want anything. I just want dasa anudasa bhavitasmi bhuya. I do not want even all these opportunities if it means to be separated from the Lord, right? I do not desire any of these powers if I have to give up your lotus feet. In short, I only want your lotus feet. So that's the aspiration of a devotee. This felt inspired to share that since we're talking about Indra. Yeah, Indra is a position, but a pure devotee aspires to only get Krishna's lotus feet.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Prabhuji, so normally in contextual things, they say Ravana was, or Hiranyakashipu was ruling 3 worlds. So it means like all these 14 planetary systems.
That is absolutely correct.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. I was hearing yesterday something and I got it out, and today you clarified it.
Very well.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada clarifies all our doubts. I'm just repeating.
So, Prabhuji, in context of the explanation that you gave about that another purport, right? That I don't want any one of this planet, right? When I say I, meaning those who believe in the philosophy of Achintya Bheda Veda. So, I just want to add a few things over there, and I also have some clarification over there. So, we want only the association of the Lord. We just want to be the dasa of the dasya, and the target that we call it as a goloka, which is like shortcut, direct way. There is a beautiful picture over there, right, where we skip all the different planetary system, and through the japa, right, there is a direct connection to the goloka. So when it comes to merging with the God, right? The other philosophical principle, if you say from the Nimbarkacharya or from other acharyas, right? When they talk about like merging of soul into the super soul, right? But in Iskcon, we don't even want that, right? That even after going there also, we want to serve the Lord, right? We want to maintain our individual position, but as a das. Do you want to give some elaboration, Prabhuji, like to?
Sure, Prabhuji. Absolutely. This is a very often asked question and very important philosophical point. There are three types of happiness, ananda. One is called Jad Ananda. Jad means Jad Jagat mein jo anand hai, the happiness and the so-called pleasure. And that's a little bit sense gratification one may get, right? It's very, very, it's like decades of grind for some moment of so-called pleasure, right? One may work very, very hard to get a new house. One may feel very happy for a week, and then what? The maintenance will be a headache. Same with marriage, same with kids, same with this, same with that. Then there is the so-called the impersonal liberation, which most people, when they talk about mukti, they're referring to merge with the Lord, or merge with the effulgence of the Lord. That's basically impersonal liberation, we call. But that's not Brahmajyoti, yes, the light or the effulgence of the Lord. But that is lacking the relationship aspect. Bhukti, mukti, siddhi, kami, sakalev, ashanta, Kṛṣṇa bhakta, nishkama, sakale, sadeva, shanta. Bhukti means sense gratification. Give me this, give me that. I want to enjoy, I want to enjoy. I is the center. In mukti also, the center is I. Right? How? I want to get rid of all this. I want to get free from all these problems. So you see in mukti, with the impersonal liberation, yahan se is jhanjat se nikal. Like, I'm going to get rid of all this thing. I'm tired of all this. So what's the focus? I. But in bhakti, what's the focus? Kṛṣṇa is the focus. Like the pure devotees of Vrindavan. Even if it means going, to hell, I'll be always there in hellish planets if it gives one moment of joy to Kṛṣṇa. That's bhakti. Kṛṣṇa is the center. So we have to bring, bhakti means bring Kṛṣṇa as the center. Goloka Vrindavan. To exchange the different rasas, Shanti, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, etc. That is the aspiration. Na dhanam jannam na sundarim na kavitam va jagadisha kamaya mama janmani janmanishware bhavatat, not mukti, bhavatat bhaktir ahetuki tvai. You see, I want your bhakti. And devotee is not aspiring for liberation. Liberation is like a very, very tiny byproduct of bhakti. It's that beautiful verse. Jnana, Vairagya, Vasudeva Bhakti Yoga Priyojita Janayati Asu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayat Ahetukam. Gyan, Bhakti, Gyan, Mukti, all these are like byproducts. Like if one is going back home to the spiritual world, then one is naturally free from the cycle of birth and death. It's like a byproduct. But that's not the aspiration of a bhakti yogi. The jnanis and siddhis, they may all aspire for all that. But Goloka Vrindavan is where the Lord, with its threefold bended form, with his two hands playing flute, doing, stealing butter, dancing and playing with friends, and so many rasas, and That's because it's like impersonal liberation is like, okay, we are in a black box and just always stay there. No one is going to torture us. No one is going to do, but just be just there. Like, do what? I don't know, just be there. You know, we are pleasure-seeking beings. Anandamayo bhyasa, that's the nature of the jiva. So will not, and therefore Prabhupada mentions at certain places, he mentions the jiva falls down, and Prabhupada certain places jiva will certainly fall down from the impersonal liberation or the Brahmajyoti platform. So does that help? Or
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
of course, there are different models and charts and stuff, which you all may have seen. In the kids class also, we did like a whole model. Many kids developed that whole model also. I think some of the kids have that in their, like a nice layout in their homes also. Very, very nice. They did showing, and they explained. I think you can also watch those videos in the YouTube channel also, the kids projects. Very nicely they did, explaining these points, the 14 planetary systems, and then the Goloka Vrindavan. So that's the aspiration of a devotee, to go back home, back to Godhead. And yadgatva nani vartanti tadhama paramam mama. Having attained once, there is no coming back. That's Krishna's promise. And talking about Kant Prabhu's point, yes, he lorded over the three worlds, right? The demigods were sweeping and brooming and mopping the floor in his palace, it's mentioned. That's the extent he had kind of captured the three worlds. Any other comments, thoughts, corrections? Okay, let's take one more verse. Anyone would like to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, devotees. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushasya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Krishnaya Sarvatham Pataye Namaha. Translation by the disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta from Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Great Soul, who are all pervading and who reside in the hearts of all. My obeisances unto you, Kṛṣṇa, the chief of the Yadu dynasty. So now we see Prabhuji. Indra is offering prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Śrī Kṛṣṇa. And now he understood that, Kṛṣṇa pervades everywhere and resides in everybody's heart as Paramatma. So now he is doing his obeisances. And of course, he's Yadu. So in the previous one also, Prabhuji, as you said, Indra and anyone can become, even Brahma also. Prabhuji, I was listening to one of the lecture, and that Prabhu said, every one of us actually had become Brahma, and then we fall down. So we all had, of course, we were all in the spiritual world, but of course, now our aim should be how to go back to the real Father. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Subala Gopal Prabhu, for sharing this beautiful verse. 10, 27, 10. Let's all try to memorize this verse. Very simple, straightforward words used here, which all of you know or may have certainly heard at some point in the past in some other context. Namastubhyam Bhagavate. Right, very easy. Namas, my pranams. To whom? To you, unto you, O Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purushaya Mahatmane. Purushaya. This word is used multiple times. That you are dwelling in the hearts of everyone. Mahatmane. You are the like Param Atma. Param or Maha, same meaning, right? Paramatma, Param and Maha are used. You're the greatest, or the Mahan, the greatest. You're the greatest soul. You are the supreme soul, Param Atma. You're not just an ordinary Atma. Who are all pervading, right? Purushaya. One of the meaning is you are dwelling in everyone's heart, all pervading, and reside to the Mahatma, the great soul. Purushaya Mahatmane. Vasudevaya Kṛṣṇaya. Vasudeva is multiple meaning. Here means he who dwells everywhere, right? And of course, he is the son of Vasudeva also. Kṛṣṇaya. Whom are we referring to? Are we referring to some light, some oh, love all? God is love, God is light, God is air, God is mountain, God is this, God is... No, you're referring to Kṛṣṇaya, Śrī Kṛṣṇa, Bhagavan Swayam, Sattvatam, of the Yadu dynasty. So see the connection with Yadu, the connection with Vasudeva. Pataye Namaha. You are the Lord or the chief of, or the master of the Yadu dynasty. This word also comes multiple times. Let's recite it a few times and then you all will be able to memorize. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Kṛṣṇaya Sattvatam Pataye Namaha. See, ending with Nama, beginning with Nama. So beautiful, is it not? Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Kṛṣṇaya Sattvatam Pataye Namaha. That's since we're only for 4 more devotees, everyone can do one more time. And then, yeah, would you like to? Anyone? Yes, Girish, I think you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Namaste tu abhyam bhagavate purushaya mahatmane vasudevaya krishnaya sattvatvam prate namah.
Sikant Prabhu, Jitendra Prabhu.
Prabhuji. Krishna. Hare Krishna everyone. Hello, pranam. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Kṛṣṇaya Sattvatam Pataye Namaha. Thank you,
Very
Prabhuji.
nice. Yes, Jitendra Prabhu. Okay, who would like to try without seeing? Anyone like to try without seeing? Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Kṛṣṇaya. What was the last line?
Sattvatam
Sattvatam
Pataye
Pataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Yes, Jitendra Prabhu, you want to try?
Yes. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Kṛṣṇaya Sattvatam Pataye Namaha.
Very nice. Very nice. 10, 27, 10. That's the verse. Indra is glorifying Kṛṣṇa. And a lot of personal words are used here. Vasudevaya, Kṛṣṇāya, Mahātmane, Sattvatam Pataye Namah. So what Sattvatam is referring to here? What is Sattvatam Pataye is referring to? The Lord of the Yadula dynasty. Sattvatam Pataye. Pataye means husband, father, Lord, master, shelter provider. Yes. Bhagavate, Om Namo Bhagavate, Namastubhyam Bhagavate. Please try. Anyone else wants to try? It's okay, we are all learning.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I can try, Prabhuji.
Yes, please, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, devotees. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Kṛṣṇāya Sattvatam Pataye Namaha. Thank you.
Brilliant, very bold. You have like photogenic memory. Very nice. It's good to use, our mind, intelligence, our memory, God-given skills. If we don't use it, then we lose it, right? Anyone else wants to either recite the verse or say anything, or any comments, thoughts, questions before we wrap up for today? Varun Prabhu, any thoughts? Thank you for joining. Arun Prabhu, you have any comments or you want to recite the verse?
Namastubhyam, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Namastubhyam, Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Kṛṣṇāya Svatvatam Patiye Namaha.
Very nice. What is the verse immediately come to your mind when you hear this verse? It could have, there's no one answer right here. After hearing this verse, what's the verse coming to your mind?
Prabhuji, there is verse which I use when I offer the bhog. Namo Brahmana Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya, Jagadhitaya, Kṛṣṇāya, Govindaya, Namo Namo. That also starts with Nama, ends with Nama.
Very nice. That's beautiful connection. Kṛṣṇāya Vasudevaya, Devaki Nandanaya cha, Nanda Gopa Kumaraya, Govindaya Namo Nama. Kunti Maharani's prayers. Kṛṣṇāya Vasudevaya comes there, right? So here it's flipped. Vasudevaya Kṛṣṇāya, Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane, Vasudevaya Kṛṣṇāya Sattvatam Pataye Namah. But over there, it starts with Kṛṣṇāya Vasudevaya Devakinanda. So it's like that we should link, as Jitendra Prabhu mentioned, try to link. Any other words coming? There's another verse actually in the next chapter. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Brahmane Paramatmane. See, when you memorize one verse, you are also memorizing other verses along. Especially when we do it with understanding, right? Because it helps to understand what we are speaking. We may not remember every word of the sentence in the translation as it is, but now we know, okay, Namastubhyam Bhagavate, offering pranams to whom? Lord Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Bhagavan. Purushaya Paramatmane, Purushaya Mahatmane, right? He is the great soul in everyone's heart. Vasudevaya, dwelling everywhere. Kṛṣṇāya, right? He's none other than the Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa. And Sattvatam Pataye. So trying to remember these words will really help us to understand, meditate on Kṛṣṇa. You can share with your husband, wife, family, kids, etc. Right? Before you go to bed, try to remember. After you get up in the morning, try to remember. It's a beautiful meditation. It's a beautiful prayer from the Bhagavatam. And very, very potent. What is the goal of life? To remember Kṛṣṇa. And these verses will certainly help us. So we must try. So I guess we will pause here and continue on Monday. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samved Kaur Bhaktavinda ki jai, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you for your wonderful association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.